Hi, I'm Barb Pearson from White Flower Farm. Today we're going to talk about roses, one of my favorite flowers and one of the oldest flowers in cultivation. They have a reputation of being very tricky. You see people out with their pesticides and pruning techniques, when in fact, if you follow a few easy steps, they're actually really easy to grow and can provide beautiful color for you throughout the growing season. There are 4 basic steps to successful rose growing. Number 1, plant your rose in full sun. This means 6 hours of sun per day. Number 2, make sure you water and feed your roses. They need moisture when it's dry, and they need organic matter in the soil. This will make the nutrients available to them. The third thing that you want to do is make sure you don't over prune your roses. The only time you should prune your rose is in the spring. See where the new growth came out, cut out the dead wood, and you'll be good for the season. And the fourth thing is your planting depth. Make sure you don't plant your rose too shallow or too deep. Roses can be bare root. When you go to plant your bare root rose, remove the packaging and then soak the roots for several hours or even overnight before you plant it. So make sure your rose is fully hydrated, and then before you go to plant it, you want to cut out some of the old wood here. This is an example right here where you see the cane is brown versus the green cane. You want to cut off the brown cane before you plant it. When planting your bare root rose, make sure you've allowed enough room for the roots and sink it down so that the canes are somewhat submerged, especially if you live in the north. Then you're going to layer soil and compost in alternating layers. Dried aged manure, shrimp and seaweed compost, or a leaf mold compost that you've made yourself. After you've planted your rose, make sure you water it thoroughly. Get out your hose, really soak the ground, and then let the plant settle in. After that, it's very important to water your roses, and this applies to established roses as well. Make sure that if you're in a dry period, you don't have rain for a week, for example, make sure you water your rose. They really do require water to stay healthy. An important fact about watering is that you want to water thoroughly when you water. Frequent light waterings cause stress for the plant, and the roots won't search for the water, and you want the roots to go down and search for water. So once a week in a dry spell, make sure that you're watering thoroughly and then back off. Even with existing roses, it's a good idea in the spring to put 3 inches of compost or dried aged manure around the base of the plant, making sure that you're not mounding it on the canes. The organic matter is important because microorganisms help the soil. Then the nutrients are available to the plant. Compost and manure are the best thing that you can use on your rose. Make sure that all of your organic matter is fully decomposed before you apply it to your rose. What I do during the season is I top dress with organics, and then once a month I use Blossom Booster. Keeping your roses healthy during the growing season will avoid many insects and diseases. However, a few insects and diseases may show up on your roses, but you don't need to panic. There's a product that we use in our greenhouses here at White Flower Farm that you can use on your roses that is organic, and it will kill insects by suffocating them, and it will provide a barrier for fungus not to germinate on the leaves of the plant. It's called Safety Side Horticultural Oil. This product is organic certified and is something that we use in our greenhouses. You can use it on your roses for black spot and for aphids. We also use neem oil, which is a natural product that deters insects from feeding. Black spot is a fungal leaf spot disease of roses. It's very common. One way to avoid it is make sure that you water early in the day. You don't want the roses to go into the nighttime with water on their foliage. Water the roots, not the foliage. That will help you avoid black spot. Black spot can be detected by seeing dark splotches on the leaves. It won't kill the plant, it's just unsightly. For more information on growing, visit our gardening help section at whiteflowerfarm.com.